Black Scully on check. Better Together Graphic Tee on check. Oh yeah, it must be another marvelous episode of the Governor of College Football, and today we have a very special episode. We're going to talk about that team in Harrisonburg, Virginia that right now, quite frankly, is being robbed. They're being robbed of all sorts of things. Not only are they being robbed of a potential SBC championship game, they're also being robbed of the ability to have a bowl game this season as well, and the NCAA just can't get this right. Governor of College Football, hashtag go CFB. CFB Nation, your only college football destination. Let's get it. Governor of College Football, we're going to recap ACC.
Hey, that's
Two great
CJ
defensive
on
minds.
the
They have to be better on that side of the ball. JMU joined the FBS ranks in 2022, and since then they haven't had any problems. In their inaugural season in the FBS, they went 8-3. The inaugural season. At some point, the light bulb should have went off for the NCAA, but like, yo, this team went 8-3. They couldn't even play in the conference championship game. This team went 8-3. They couldn't even play in a bowl game. How was this right? We looked at Tulane last year. Tulane had a New Year's Six bowl game against USC last season. A great game. They was able to win the game. So I don't want to hear the P5G5 crap. I don't want to hear it. There is a team who's 10-0 currently right now, and they won't have a chance for an SBC championship game or a chance to play in a bowl game. NCAA, how was this right? They're beating teams by an average score of 34-18. Jordan McLeod is must-see TV. Caden Black is a dog in his own right. And this team won't be playing in a conference championship game or a bowl game. Somebody explain this to me. I understand that, hey, the transition rules are in place for a reason, and in its purest state, the rules are meant to help teams with the transition. Jacksonville State, they're doing just okay this year. James Madison, they're doing really good this year. So we're looking at two teams that the transition rules, as it pertains to bowl eligibility, they're doing okay. They don't really need it. And then the NCAA act like we don't know the loops that they send these teams through just to make that jump from FCS to FBS. Oh, they have to have a certain number of scholarships. They have to be willing to put up a certain amount of money. They have to have a certain number of FBS teams. They have to have a certain number of co-ed teams. We look at all of this in totality, and it's the NCAA not liking college football again. Oh, the NCAA, they get so upset when we say they don't like college football. But in my opinion, I have a job. I'm a general manager, right, for a corporation. Do I love that job? Absolutely not. But am I going to do the work that I signed up for? I'm salaried. If I got to go work 70 hours a week, guess what? I'm going to go work 70 hours a week. If I got to hire somebody, I got to hire somebody. If I got to fire somebody, I have to fire somebody. I'm in charge of payroll. If people not getting their money, guess who they coming at? They coming at me, man. I ain't get paid. You messed up my hours. This, that, and the third. I think the NCAA view their job for working with the NCAA as I view my job for working as a general manager. And college football is the greatest sport of all sports. Best regular season there is. There are no moral victories in the sport that survive in advance. So how can y'all sit here, be in charge, be the people who kind of makes things happen and not like the sport? We seen how y'all fumbled the bag with Tez Walker early in the season. Oh, y'all thought I forgot that? I ain't forget that. Y'all cost this guy a couple of games just because y'all really didn't care. Y'all didn't care at all. So now you think about that. You think about this situation. Shout out to Virginia's Attorney General, Jason Mayeres, who wrote them in October, mind you, middle of October, and said, hey, JMU, can you guys give them a waiver for this transition role? They're clearly not struggling. Charlie Baker, who's afraid to make sound decisions as it pertains to college football, denied it. How can you look at this team over the span of 2 years who's 18-3, 8-3 last season, 10-0 this season, and say, nah, they're not ready? We like the transition rules. Like, if you go back in history, you see Marshall when they went from 1AA to the single A football. When they made the jump, they were able to play in a bowl game right then and there. I'm sure there were transition rules in place, but as it pertains to bowl eligibility, there were no rules. So why y'all making it difficult now? There has to be some type of update to say, hey, if a team is winning X amount of games as a percentage, shall I say, hey, a team in their inaugural season wins 65, or plus percentage of their games, the next season they should be bowl eligible. You know how easy that would be to do? But the NCAA, once again, fumbling the bag. NCAA, do what's right. Charlie Baker, do what's right. JMU is a bowl eligible team, should be a bowl eligible team. They're 10-0. They will win the SBC. Won't even have a chance to play in the SBC championship. They could have possibly been a New Year's Six bowl game as well. And you're just stripping this team. And the sad thing is, Kirk Cignetti is going to get a P5 job in this offseason. He's too good of a coach to remain in the SBC. It is what it is. I am the governor of college football. This is the governor of college football. As I always like to say, do something for somebody you normally wouldn't do. Always pay it forward. Peace and love. Peace and blessings. And until next time, y'all already know what it is. The NCAA hate college football. 1. Governor of college football. We're going to recap ACC.
Hey, that's
Two great
CJ
defensive
on
minds.
that.
They have to be better on that side of the ball.